The Podcasting Dead is available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Make sure to subscribe for more podcasts. And while you're at it, drop us a like. If you want to help support the channel and have access to extra content, secret contests, and more, make sure to search for us on Patreon. Patreon.com/thepodcastingdead.
All right, it's time for a
mail call.
A mail call podcast.
Mail call.
Okay, that's kind of beautiful. I can dig that. But hopefully, since we're friends, because I imagine the only people that actually listen to mail call are people that are really into the podcast, hopefully you don't mind us eating, because most of the time on the Patreon podcast, I'm always eating, and I don't do that on purpose, but it just so happens that you're catching us now right after the gym, and anyone that does weightlifting can tell you, you leave that gym, you get hungry.
I'm hydrating. You're eating. We're both doing what needs to be done.
I'm hydrating. I just had some Taco Bell. Might not be the best choice after the gym. Now I'm eating a Pop-Tart and having a beer with JP.
Yeah. I can't eat nothing later. I mean, I'm going to go through Burger King later on, but I ain't trying to get this darn bottle cap opener on my keychain. Everybody think I'm a Cowboy fan now.
I mean, you do like Cowboys, just not the football team.
I mean, I like the shirtless ones you see on Instagram.
Yes,
That's about it.
So it's time to answer your questions, and there are quite a lot. So the thing is, we have had a really busy couple of weeks. We've managed to throw out one or two Patreon podcasts, and I think we got a Walking Dead podcast on Monday. But we realized you almost didn't get another mail call. We were like, we can't do them like that 2 weeks in a row. But we are going to have to kind of speed through this a little bit. So I do apologize. I promise you next week everything will be back to normal. And mail call will be something that we can take more time.
Is number 54 we're doing? We're reading from?
No, I think it's. Is that the newest one? I thought we're further down the line than 54.
Let's see. It says 1 week ago.
Okay. Yeah, it's got to be it then.
Let's see. So we're going to do some speed reading. I got a big old butt and got a butt in my butt.
I'm going to say out the gate, I think it was funny that Dana said that she gathered my favorite author was Stephen King, which is not true.
Who is your favorite author?
Well,
and that includes
that's one of the mail
books,
call questions.
poets,
so we'll go back and
that's a question.
A mail call question. But favorite author, I'd have to really think about. But by the time we get to that question, I'll probably have an answer.
All right. We're going to start with Dalton Pinheiro. I don't know if have we talked to Dalton before?
Yes, I believe we have had comments from Dalton before.
All right. Dalton, you're new to me, and we're going to read your question from 1 week ago. Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
That happens.
He says, I think Travis would beat Ezekiel. Remember when Troy threw him into a pit of zombies and he had to fight his way out by hand? I don't think Ezekiel would stand a chance, in my opinion. He also says, my movie pick that doesn't need a sequel is Troy.
Ooh, I agree with that. Troy was awesome. But what did we say? Did we say Ezekiel would beat? I can't remember what I said. I think in my heart I would want to see Ezekiel beat Travis, but I completely agree with you, Dalton. Travis is like secretly a beast, and I think he could probably give Ezekiel the business.
Yeah, he probably could. I don't know, man. Ezekiel, he's so dynamic, and we didn't spend a lot of time with Travis. I can't barely even remember what he did.
But Ezekiel, though, keep in mind, Ezekiel can take some punishment. He does run the barn of pleasures.
That's right. Right. He would.
Yes. Come on, Travis.
I wish I could do a Travis impression. I can't. I'm Travis. I'm one of the more boring characters on Fear the Walking Dead, but I'm not putting that in my mouth because I'm not nearly interesting enough or dynamic enough.
Travis, what you're doing is this. You're running your lips. What you need to be doing is this.
Look,
censored material.
I'm only faithful to my wife, Madison. I don't know where she is because I got shot.
She's in the back with
in the
Rick.
face. What? I'm Travis.
I know.
I have a son who's a psychopath, and I really don't serve much purpose on this show.
I think your content is accurate, but I just don't even remember what Travis sounds like.
I don't either, quite frankly. I'm just like, he was, I remember him not being particularly interesting, so I feel like he wouldn't be very interesting in the Barn of Pleasures. But he does.
Sexy-voiced man.
Look, my ass might be tight, but you'll never find out because I'm Travis, okay?
Roar, dude, I'm Jerry.
Well, Jerry, you can roar all you want. All I know how to do is get shot randomly as I'm in a helicopter.
Dude, don't run your mouth to the king.
Well, I'm just going to fall off the helicopter into the forest. And that's it.
Not cool, dude. Not cool.
Yeah, because I'm Travis. All right, moving on
brilliant.
to Corey Andros. Love the choices for fave Christmas movies, boys. Ernest is a great one, and Christmas Vacation is timeless. Home Alone and Die Hard are top ones as well.
Cool fact. I'm sorry, I got a mouthful of food.
Give me a cool fact.
I just read today that that they used science. We don't have enough time to go into detail. You can look up the article, but they used science to determine what was the most Christmassy movies of all time. Like, which movies were actually the most Christmassy.
Okay.
And Home Alone was number one.
Home Alone. I could see that, man. I love the Home Alone movies. My pal Josiah is actually having like a big-ass Facebook beef with his wife because she likes the third installment the best. You remember that one?
Not really, because the first two were better.
Yeah, it was very forgettable. I saw it in theaters. I remember it had a pretty dope, like a song that went to it. I can't remember what it was, but
The third one was good. The first two were better.
they were better. Anyway, inside jokes aside, Corey Andros goes on to say, I blame the which guy would you bang questions on JP. Mail call.
Totally.
JP, you still in contact with Romero? LOL. Romero, my gay, nearly sexual partner from my early 20s. I friended him on Facebook. It took him a long time. He finally accepted, but there's been no interaction. He lives in San Francisco, last I checked. He's an artist, and I'd really like to collaborate with him on a comic strip.
By collaborate, JP means to do him.
Man, if you saw his body, dude, like I said, I mean, the drugs I was on had a lot to do with my erection that night, but anyway, God bless you, Romero. Okay, Heidi L. We don't know much about Rick Grimes' movies yet, but they mentioned one thing. You don't need to know anything about the Walking Dead movies are for everyone, so they might turn Rick into a different character.
Oh, God, no. He's Rick frickin' Grimes. Don't know.
She says, how would you feel if movie Rick is some Rambo-type action hero?
No.
I don't know if that would work for people that have been watching The Walking Dead.
That's really shitty. Like, take a character that is beloved and supported by millions of people who are faithful and love your show and change him for the 12% of people who don't watch the show that might tune in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's stupid.
I mean, I don't want to see him changed, but I could see, like, you remember First Blood? Like, Rambo wanders into town like a Vietnam vet with a lot of, like, PTSD, and, like, the authorities are being dicks to him, and he goes on a one-man war. I could see Rick kind of wandering into the Commonwealth. You know, they don't know who they're dealing with.
No, we're looking at this completely different.
Are we?
I don't mind that. What I'm saying is...
You don't want him to just be a one-man killing
right.
machine.
No, well, I don't know. It's not even that. I mean, Rick is a one-man killing machine. What I'm saying is I don't want them to just completely ignore his backstory and just make it a standalone film with absolutely no reference or no...
Oh, no, that would be awful.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Okay. No, I mean, I don't care if Rick comes in and that's what he is. He just turns... I mean, Rick is a badass. We've watched Rick mow down multiple people. So, no, that's fine. If Rick is an action star, I mean, Rick is already kind of an action star as it is. It's if they just completely abandon everything, like, from his past. And, I mean, we want this to tie into the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we want. I mean, it don't have to be...
Yeah, it does. And, I mean, I do understand it needs to appeal to a broader audience who might not necessarily be Walking Dead fans, but no, you can't abandon the source material.
Right. I mean, again, because let's face it, 70 to 80% of people watching this are going to be Walking Dead show fans. To hell with those 10, 20% of people who have never watched The Walking Dead. And The Walking Dead don't have the best reputation in recent years, so I highly doubt people that don't watch the show are now going to jump on the movie. Anyway, sorry, no, but just the idea of them abandoning everything that we love about Rick that makes, You got to find a happy medium, the best of both worlds. But thank you, Heidi. Always insightful. I don't mind a soft little reboot. I mean, I don't mind if they don't mention much about the show, but don't just ignore everything.
Yeah.
We need... Anyways.
I love Heidi. She's
I'm
the
tired.
rose
I'm
my
grumpy.
Jack.
Forgive me, Heidi.
Yeah.
I should just let JP do this whole podcast himself.
Oh boy, that would be just a lot of homoeroticism.
So that's what people. That's what people. I think that's why people listen. But anyway,
at least certain people. Anyway,
I think most.
Jeep. We love Jeep, and she loves being in Myrtle Beach, just like you. Anyway, my favorite holiday movie by far and large is Bad Santa. Oh, I saw that in theaters, dude. With my mom and kind of my stepdad. It was awkward. It was my movie pick, and I didn't know it was going to be so sexually explicit.
Yeah, and then you've got the lady from Parenthood and Gilmore Girls. Lauren Graham is her name. She
is that the one that was banging?
Yeah,
oh,
me Santa. Yeah,
oh,
yeah. I'm like, no,
yeah. Jeep goes on to say, it's funny that you brought up Sling Blade this podcast because that's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time, as are Forrest Gump, The Shawshank Redemption, Men in Black, and Castaway. Mail call. What are your top 5? And speaking of The Shawshank Redemption, have either of you checked out Castle Rock any? It's on Hulu, and it's really good. I know you're a big Stephen King fan. You watched Castle Rock?
No. I do like Stephen King, but he's not my favorite.
Any intention to watch the trailers? Do look really good.
Yeah, I like. What is this? What is her name? The main Liz. Is it Liz? No, stop, Siri. Is it Lizzie Chaplin? I like her a lot, so yeah, I do plan to watch it, but I haven't got around to it. I still got to catch up on Watchmen, Flash. I got more to watch than I can keep up with.
Yeah, oh, dude, it's crazy, man. Always so much to watch, so much to read, so much to do. Anyway, you got a top 5 favorite movies you can run down real quick?
Top 5 favorite movies?
I can at least do top 3. I might do top 5.
Top 5 favorite movies, just period? Not
yeah,
Christmas
just in general. I think it's just in general, like kind of like a desert island kind of thing. You got 5 movies you can bring. What they gonna be?
Oh man, well not in order. I'm gonna definitely say like Fight Club, Tombstone.
Love it.
Fight Club, Tombstone, Forrest Gump.
Love it.
Let's see. What are some other... I mean, I know that I'm going to throw something out here because I've always done top 3. I've never done top 5. So I'm going to throw something out here, and on the way home, I'm going to be like, what the hell? These 2 movies are... I actually really, really, really like Chappie. I don't know if you watched that.
It's been a long time, dude, but yeah, I did watch it.
I thought that was kind of like a modern masterpiece.
It was good, man. I can't remember the filmmaker's name, but it did like a District 9, which I really enjoyed.
Yes. I'm going to say I can only do top 3. I really can't think of any other 2 at the moment, but I will say Fight Club, Tombstone, 5. And Forrest Gump are my top 3.
Woo-wee. For me, Goodfellas, T2, Terminator Judgment Day, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I really like that movie. I
like Young Guns a lot. I don't know if you watched that.
I know what it is. It's the Western comedy movie.
It's not well, I mean, I'm not going to say I don't have funny parts, but no more than like
right.
Tombstone.
Okay, I thought it was a straight up like Western parody.
No. It's got Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen and Lou Diamond Phillips. A whole.
Yeah, my cousin. That's a big favorite movie of his. Another one that would, I guess, be in my top 5 would be Bad Lieutenant. Harvey Keitel, man, that's a dark movie.
Never seen that.
Dude, it's a dark movie, man. It's really good. And if I think of another one before it's all said and done, I will let you know. But that's a good 4. That's a good top 4. I wish I could think of a good comedy I really like. I really like what was the one with Seth Rogen? He's a security guard.
I know what you're talking about. It's basically like a darker Paul Blart.
Yeah, like the anti-Paul Blart.
It's something and something. It's 2 words. It's like assist. What the hell is it? Like I know
Observe and Report.
That's it.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
Yeah, so underrated, man. All right, Brienne.
That's because everybody went to see Paul Blart.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what killed it.
I had to go to see that because I went with a big group and we were going to go see an R-rated movie and I forgot my ID. And where we were going, they wouldn't
Man, it's
lets
hard.
you, so it's like we had to go. All my friends wanted to see Paul Blart. I'm not a huge Kevin James fan. I do like King of Queens.
Yeah.
But as far as his movies, they're all just, a lot of them have been kind of, I like him. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't have enough, so people will be like, oh, Kevin James is awesome. No, I just don't really care for his movies.
I don't think that many people are going to be taking up for Kevin
hope
James.
not. Paul Blart is not something I was interested, like Grown Ups, is just not interested in it.
Yeah.
And we went to see the R-rated movie. We get in line. I don't have my ID, and we have to go to see Paul Blart. So that made me hate Kevin James and Paul Blart even more. The fact that I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, man. I grew up watching King of Queens. Loved King of Queens mainly because of
Leah Remini.
Leah Remini is so goddamn hot. But I really, and plus it had Ben Stiller's dad, Jerry Stiller.
Yeah.
I mean, it had a good cast. Patton Oswalt was in it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good show, but other than that,
it was solid.
Yeah, I don't care much for his work after that.
No, I'm not. Just I don't know. It's kind of campy, and I don't know that like too on the nose. Would you say just too kind of like?
It's just not my brand of humor.
And a lot of it's just like I'm bigger. Ha ha.
Yeah,
and it's
I feel like he wanted to be like a more family friendly Chris Farley because he's a big like Christian, No, there's anything
that
wrong
I didn't
with that.
know.
Yeah, he's a big time Christian. I think that he wanted to be a more family friendly Chris Farley, and he needs that. Anyway, moving on. You ready for some Brianne McCann scattershot?
That sounds really dirty, but sure.
Okay. Would you rather the aliens that come to our planet be robotic or organic?
Organic. I feel like they would be easier to kill.
Easier to kill and maybe more relatable, know. And plus, we could have sex with them. So, she goes on to say, would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak? Wow, that's a tough one.
I'm probably going to go with lose the ability to read because I have to use my voice for my job.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't make your job any easier. Scripts would definitely...
just have you read them to me.
Right. I was going to say, there's some people in our company who may be half illiterate just based on the scripts we've gotten in the past.
I feel like I can't read when I read half of these people's shit anyway, so yeah.
But yeah, I mean, life would be a lot easier being able to speak than read, so I'm with you. I would rather speak than read. Will we ever get videos of you guys doing podcasts instead of just hearing us?
What did we say earlier? I don't think we said it on a podcast, but we said JP and I agreed next week he's going to bring in the tripod and we're going to do a video podcast. I don't know which one it's going to be. I don't know. I think what we said was it was going to be a Patreon exclusive at first. Don't pay it. If you can't get on the Patreon, it's not like we're going to exclude you. Like we would maybe do Weird Wednesday as a video podcast and then upload it for the whatever, and then a day or two after that, we would release it on our actual regular channel for anybody to see. So just patrons have like a exclusive first look at it. But next week, something should be on video.
Yeah, man. Speaking of my tripod, I can't find it, dude. Have you seen it?
No. Are you sure you didn't leave it over at the comic shop when you were doing your Sunday things?
Dude, it's been so long since I've done one of those.
I think that's where it is. I don't think you've had any use for it since then. I think it's next door.
Maybe it is.
You ought to text your Gordata eating partner over there and ask him.
Maybe, but I had anyway. We'll find it. We'll get.
I'm liking this beer the more I get into it.
Yeah, dude. You want here? Pour yourself another hit of that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So if you're wondering, because I know somebody's going to say, "What were y'all drinking?" This is a Dogfish Head IPA.
Yeah, it's the 60-minute. I'm an IPA guy, which I have been getting into stouts, like darker beers lately. Just wintertime's a good time for a darker beer, but.
This is India Pale Ale. See, a lot of what I drink is like the Irish Pale Ale, I guess is that what they call it?
Indian Pale Ale, yeah.
The Irish Pale Ale. I guess, is it Irish? I mean, I know that like you have pale ales and you have amber ales.
Probably so. You want more than that? Get your little.
I'm easing into it. I like craft beer. I like a lot of craft beers, but as far as the darkers or the stouts, it's taken me a little longer to get used to.
All right. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Okay. Would you rather be covered in scales or fur? I'm already covered in fur, so I guess I'll go with that.
I'm going with scales. Not that it's going to get me laid, but they would, a lot of animals that have scales have stronger skin. Like it's like a layer of armor. You know what I'm saying? Like from bullets or knives, whatever. So I'm going to go with scales.
Would you rather be in jail a year or lose a year of your life?
I mean, they're both kind of the same. I'd just rather lose a year of my life, to be honest, because at least that I don't run the risk of being shanked or molested in jail or anything.
You know, if it was like there's a big difference between prison and jail. My cousin just got out of jail. I was telling you that earlier. Just got out yesterday, and I mean,
did this one say jail or prison?
She said jail.
See, jail I definitely wouldn't want to do because at least in prison there's stuff to do, right?
You can go outside, you can work out, there's programs. In jail, it's just like purgatory.
Straight up boredom. So I feel like I'm more likely to have somebody be like, look, I'm bored, do me. Or I'm bored, I'm going to do you. I mean, so I'm just going to lose a year of my life.
A lot of times in jail, man, like they don't even let you outside. Like my cousin said, it like 2 straight weeks never saw the light of day. I mean, it's underground. It's
Well, all due respect to your cousin, quit breaking the law.
Well, you know, that's a lot to ask.
I told JP he should, like, next time his cousin calls him for help, because he does that quite often, JP should just take the Ace Ventura clip from Liar Liar and just be like, quit breaking the law, asshole!
Well, but yeah, I would, I'd lose a year of my life before I spend one in jail.
Me, Myself, and Irene. That's one of my favorite movies, too. I love Me, Myself, and Irene. I think it's one of the best Jim Carrey flicks.
That's a good one for sure. How do you hope our survivors get out of the walker-infested cave?
Hopefully with no one getting bit, but I've heard, and maybe even from you, Brianne, I've seen in the comment section where some people think Jerry's going to pull a T-Dog and hold the zombies back and sacrifice himself, and I'll be damned if no, do not sacrifice my Jerry. Like, you could sacrifice Carol, damn it. She's the one that got him into this bullshit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't you dare sacrifice my Jerry for Carol's mistake.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to get out of that cave. I think that was, for what's been a good mid-season, I think that was a lackluster mid-season finale.
You think Rick's going to pull in on a helicopter?
Yeah.
Bear!
Yeah, just
grab the ladder!
Let down the rope ladder, yeah.
Carol, you killed any kids lately?
Yeah.
No. All right, well, you can come on.
Oh, boy. Any input on the name of the new series coming this spring? They've released it, haven't they?
We knew it. We knew the name.
I forgot what it is. But
let me look it up. We said it, but that shows you how scatterbrained we are.
Gosh, I forget.
Let's see. What is the new... You go ahead, JP.
Brianne just wraps it up with a JP. I think Justin is enjoying this gay role play more than you these days.
I think you're full of
corrupted.
Shit. I think you're full of shit.
Nah,
I think she's just talking out of her ass on that one.
Yeah, we're having fun. We're having a lot of fun.
Where is it? We saw the name, right? Like we talked about it. But now I can't find it. What is the new spinoff of The Walking Dead?
Dude, I can't remember.
I swear we saw it. What the fuck? Somebody is probably like already in the comments section. You idiots! It's called.
Is it A New World or something like that?
Something
weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, not weird, but something.
World Beyond.
World Beyond. I knew it had.
That was really, really, really fucking hard to find.
Yeah. All right, Susan Denmark, just going to say the Barn of Pleasure skit is too funny and does not get old. Thanks, guys, for the laugh. Thank you, Suzanne, for tuning in.
You're so sweet. And King Ezekiel appreciates your enjoyment of the Barn of Pleasures.
And Victor Strand would invite you along if you had a penis.
You are welcome to come and watch, yes, but as far as the participation, it depends on if JP finds which you have attractive. I don't think Victor's got any kind of... I think he's just straight up gay, right? Like, so... he could be. He's just not showing any interest to women in the show.
I feel like, man, he'll do whatever it takes to kind of get his rocks off and further his agenda. I think he's kind of one of these pansexual cats.
Listen, I just need to survive. So while I find the hairy ass of JP a little bit more appealing, I will do what I have to survive.
Yes,
so
you will. All right, Eternal Wreck has got a few for us.
Hey.
Terminator or RoboCop?
Terminator.
I love them both. That first RoboCop, man.
It was good. It was a good
really
one,
good. I put T2 in my top 5 favorite movies, so I will hesitantly go with Terminator as well.
I can dig it, man. I enjoyed I enjoyed RoboCop. Terminator's just always been so badass to me.
That being said, though, man, Terminator, there's been so many shitty Terminator movies.
Really, you had like 1 and 2 were really and 2 was by far and large the best. But then after that, it just kind of went like Jurassic Park. You had 1 was really good. Lost World was okay. It was pretty good. And then 3's where it just went off the rails and it's never really recovered since.
Yeah. Snowboarding or skateboarding? It'll be a neither for me. I've never done either one.
You should be able to answer this for me.
I know you used to skateboard a little bit in your younger days, didn't you?
No, dumbass. I skateboard now. You literally have seen the skateboard in my trunk. What? I'm never asking you to answer for me again.
Skateboard.
You dumbass. You know what? I don't know why I ever do that. Don't listen to JP. Yes, there's a skateboard in the back of my vehicle now. I like to go. I hadn't been on. We have a trail here that's really, really nice and great to skate on. And I skate on that quite a bit. I hadn't skated on that trail in a while, but I have this in my vehicle because I love to skateboard. So yes, I would much rather skateboard. JP would not be able to do either.
Do you go to a little skate park in the local park?
Yeah, I've been there a lot. But I do more as I've gotten older now. I do more longboarding. What's in my car is a regular deck, but I here lately have done a lot more longboarding because I'm not so much about trying to pop tricks and stuff. I'm just more about like a long ride.
Yeah, just cruise along. I'd like to get into skiing a little bit. I don't know about snowboarding.
Have you ever been skiing?
I've never been, man. I went to the localist ski resort around, and I tubed. Like they had the tube hills.
Oh, you were that boring guy where everybody was being adventurous and snowboarding and skiing. There was little JP on the tube going, "Whee!" Which the tubes are fun as hell.
The tubes are fun. I didn't have like the gear, the money for. You want to hit?
Beer me.
All right, I'll beer you. Yeah, I didn't really have the money or anything for the skiing.
Well, now I feel bad. I thought it was because you were scared to do it. I didn't realize it was a financial thing.
There was plenty of that as well, but I was tagging along with like a high school band trip, and you had to pay X amount, and I was just like, I've never skied. I don't know if I'm going to like skiing. I'm not paying this money for, blah, 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 blah. So,
right.
Anyway, moving on with Eternal Wreck. Beavis and Butthead or Celebrity Deathmatch?
Oh, man, why would you make me choose between the two?
Yeah, I love Celebrity Deathmatch, but Beavis and Butthead, I mean, you got to... It's hard to that had such a big impact just on animation in general, like adult oriented animation, And
from that came one of your absolute favorites, King of the Hill.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick Beavis and Butthead. I love Celebrity Deathmatch, but dude, I just don't get tired of hey baby.
Yeah. And I didn't watch that much Beavis and Butthead growing up. I probably watched more Celebrity Deathmatch, but even still, like you said, it sort of spawned King of the Hill. So, yeah, going with Beavis and Butthead. What do you think about Morgan possibly surviving on Fear the Walking Dead and making it to the Rick movies? I haven't heard of this. Have you heard of this?
Yes, I've heard the theory, but I think it's a great idea because right now he's not. I don't really like him on Fear the Walking Dead, to be completely honest with you. So that's do it because. To be honest, it looked like Morgan was pretty much, excuse my language, if you have kids, cover their ears in 3, 2, 1, but it looked like he was pretty much just fucked. I mean, it didn't really, I'd love, though, for Rick to be the one to save him.
Yeah, and if anything, Morgan has not,
Rick can't save him, though, right? They're back in time. Like, Rick hadn't...
Dude, the timelines, I got no idea.
For you experts out there, because we've got a lot to listen to this, tell us, where are they in the timeline? Rick technically wouldn't have been taken yet, right? So Rick couldn't show up and save Morgan and disappear. So, yeah, let us know. But maybe that company, that organization will take Morgan.
Right. But, yeah, I mean, Morgan really hadn't added much to Fear the Walking Dead, in my opinion.
No, Fear the Walking Dead's too lighthearted for Morgan, who's lighthearted, and just makes it more lighthearted.
Right. Get Fear the Walking Dead back to like season 2 and 3 territory.
Season 3 and the first half of season 4, I say.
Yeah. Who is your favorite character from Rick and Morty? It can be anybody. It doesn't have to be a main character. Man, I mean, it's hard not to say Rick, though.
Rick. I mean, there's no question. Rick.
Yeah, but as far as like secondary characters, man, there are a lot of good ones.
Oh man, absolutely. Secondary characters on Rick and Morty that I like Beth.
Yeah,
I like his daughter because she definitely has it in her. And I also Morty. I love that Morty has gone from geez, Rick, to Now it's just like, mind your own goddamn business, Gene. Like, I like how he's kind of, he's got confidence now. But
what thoughts you got on this season so far?
I'm
man?
digging it.
I love it too, man.
I wasn't as big on the last episode because I don't like heist movies, and I totally get that that's the point. They were spoofing heist movies, and I love the big twist at the end. But with that said, it's not my favorite, but it's, not like I hate it.
Man. I like the heist episode as well, but it definitely wasn't like a deep kind of thought-provoking
It didn't go into it like it's
to.
episode 2 at the end, really. Like, I swear to God, all my life, everything I love. Episode 2 of this season of Rick and Morty, I have never related to a scene in anything like I've related to the very end of that. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, it punched me right in the feels because I have never related to something like I've related to that.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Solid season so far. Looking forward to more this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I would like for y'all to do a conspiracy podcast on the man from Torrid.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Who's the man from Torrid?
It's a lot. We could do that on a Weird Wednesday. I'd be happy to explain that to you. It's a lot of really cool and interesting stuff, almost like some multi-dimensional type thing.
So it's more like supernatural kind of stuff, or like sci-fi-ish, or
in a way. But I mean, like this is legit. This is all supposed to be like based in fact, Okay.
All right, moving on to Zakai. Mail call. What is your favorite historical empire? I love the Ottoman Empire and the British Empire.
I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about old empires, honestly.
That's tough.
The Ottoman Empire was pretty beast.
Yeah, like the Aztecs. There's some cool history there. Remember when I did the what was it, like Negan, comparing Negan and Montezuma?
I thought that was a really, really good podcast.
Yeah, God, that's been so long ago.
Very long ago. It was like a year. That was like probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, which I don't know if you can really call the Aztecs an empire, though. It's not like they spread that far.
No, the Roman Empire was fascinating.
Yeah.
I love like reading and watching like documentaries on Rome. So I guess I would say Rome, but it's not something I've
Yeah,
interesting question though. Way to get me thinking.
Yeah, we were talking about the Genghis Khan stuff. A couple podcasts ago.
I get a little bit Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
You love that song, don't you?
I do.
I do too.
I love the video.
It's my jam. The video is awesome.
Yeah. Zakai goes on to ask, do you fellas sleep naked? Lying in bed naked helps me sleep more, although I need a pillow in between my junk. Haven't we read stuff that says it's healthier to sleep naked? I feel like I've read that somewhere.
I've read that it is, but no,
I love sleeping naked. I don't do it as much these days, but I do. I really like it.
Same exact answer.
Yeah. JP, you delicious man. Thank you, Zakai. You get a taste. Never mind. How are your cats? My cats are doing good. I had one that had one of my kittens had a slight eye infection, but some eye drops got him right back to snuff. His name's Fleck. After Arthur Fleck from the newest Joker movie.
And just for the record, Zakai, my cats are doing great too.
You got two in the house.
Yeah.
A big old fluffy one.
No, he ain't fluffy. He's just a big fat cat. Yeah, he probably weighs like 20, 25. He's
that
humongous.
is a big cat, man. Some cats, it's just like they're just genetically geared.
He's a fat ass because all he does is eat.
He's a glutton. Okay.
I'll Snapchat you the next time I walk into the house. As soon as I get there, you just, ow, and he don't stop until you feed him.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to take up for you, kitty cat. Well, not take up. I just thought it was maybe like a thyroid thing.
And so for some cats, it very well might be.
Some cats are like people. They just
you put food in his bowl, he lays beside it. This cat is so lazy. He's one of those that takes the food out. He lays beside the bowl and he takes the food out of the bowl and eats it out of his paw. He can't even be bothered to stand up while he eats. So, no, he's fat because of his lifestyle.
He's just a glutton. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha. All right, another one. Is there a specific reason why you blokes dislike Siddiq? Aside from the fact he whines when he talks, I really liked the TV version of Siddiq. I don't understand the hate.
Well, let's level here. Okay, so the whining was the reason I didn't like him, man. I thought it was it wasn't his fault, but I thought that was still a very stupid. Killing Carl was so stupid, and I just say that because I went back now and rewatched the show. I'm in season 8 now. And when Morgan shows up, I mean, everything was pointing to what was going to happen, what was going to be the catalyst to stop Rick from killing Negan was that Morgan was going to die. Because Morgan shows up, he's preaching peace, he doesn't want to kill. Morgan builds the jail cell. There was clue after clue that what was going to happen was that Morgan was going to die. And when Rick had a chance to kill Negan, to honor the man who saved him in the beginning. I mean, it kind of brings the story around full circle. Rick was going to spare Negan in honor of Morgan. And then they just went off in left field from what I've read. It's not confirmed, but that there was some drama behind the scenes, But Scott Pimple just decided, I'm going to kill Carl.
Yeah.
And did it. It's going to shock people. I can't see the conversation in the writing room. But Scott, what does this have to do with driving the story? It's going to shock people.
Right.
And it's like, yes, but I mean, from a story writing perspective, where's it going to push stuff? People are going to be shocked. They're going to be talking about us. Our ratings will go through the roof.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude. So that had a lot to do with my negativity towards Siddiq. I liked Siddiq a lot. I felt like in his time in this season, the actor himself was given more of a chance to show us his acting ability. If this season of Siddiq was what I felt was Siddiq all along, I probably would have been a fan of Siddiq. I really liked him this season. I mean, I don't think he really had much depth before. And again, it could have been me being a cynical a-hole because they used him to pretty much kill Carl off, and I just thought it wasn't worth it. But this season, Siddiq was likable, for me at least. JP, I don't know. But I definitely kind of had a change of heart this season.
I mean, he was more tolerable, but no. As soon as Siddiq's whole thing was, I walk around killing zombies because my parents thought it released their souls.
Which it looks like he's abandoned that completely once Carl died, right?
Yeah, I hated the character again. I hate just like you said, his whininess. He's just a shit character, in my opinion. Don't like him. Glad he's dead. Couldn't have killed him soon enough.
Oh boy.
All right, Zakai has got some interesting F. Mary kills for us. Number one, having to do with the show, Lori, Siddiq, Beta.
I mean...
if you want me to go, I would...
You can. I mean, dude, I'm not into the dude thing, so, I mean, I'm not downing anyone who does, but it's just hard for me to pick when I'm not,
I'll field these if you like.
Sure, man.
Lori, I would marry because, I'm a Lori fan and I'd get to bang her.
You're not a Lori fan. You're an Andrea fan.
Oh, jeez. I got them mixed up, didn't I?
Which is worse. Andrea was worse than Lori. So that's even worse. But anyways.
All right. Well,
yeah, you did not like Lori.
Oh, jeez. I don't like any of these characters, dude.
You like Beta. I mean, you don't want to do Beta, but you like Beta.
Yeah, I'd kill Beta, obviously, because he's an evil psychopath. God, I want to kill Siddiq, too. I would bang Siddiq just to shut him up, and I guess I'd be just miserable and have to marry Lori. All right, the next one is involving us, me, you, Julius, or Matt, our longtime gone podcasting partner.
I'm killing all three of you because I'm not having sex with any of you.
I would bang you because I feel like if we were married, it would negatively impact the podcast.
You're saying that as a married couple, we wouldn't make it? I think that you and I would get along fine, man. Look, put it this way, and I mean this with love, because you know I care about you. Sure. I try my best to let you know that I'm always here for you if you ever need me. And I mean, again, you are one of the flakiest human beings I've ever met in my life. And yet, am I not still here whenever...
It's true.
Whenever I never hold it against you. I never try to make you feel like shit. If you flake out on me, I might give you a little bit of shit for it, but then we pack up and we move on with it. And that's what I like about our friendship is that you can do these things. So, I mean,
You know me and you accept me, faults and all.
Right.
Which is more than a lot of people.
I enjoy you as a human being. So, I mean, you've got, everybody has their faults. Me, sometimes I can be a little pushy. So, I mean, everybody's got their. So, you don't have to marry me, but just know you're missing out on a great husband.
I'm sure I am, but I feel like if we were together all the time like that, I'm like, would you want a podcast with your girlfriend?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, I feel
like it would negatively impact
point.
things.
And I mean, I love my girlfriend, but I mean, I don't, I don't know.
And obviously, if I killed you, the podcast would be over as well, so that would suck. Matt, for longtime listeners, you may remember him. I guess you would remember him. He was a longtime podcaster. I feel like most wives, he would make me miserable, but at the end of the day, he's a hell of a cook, and he always has weed, so...
You're going to say you would marry Matt.
I would marry Matt over Julius. I would, because Julius...
No, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
okay.
and I'm sorry, Julius, I've been trying to hit that for years, but I'd kill...
So you're gonna bang me, you're going to marry Matt, and then you're going to kill Julius.
That's how it would go down, yeah. As much as, like, in reality... Obviously, I wouldn't marry anybody, but I would like to have sex with Julius. And so, yeah, next time he's in here, maybe we can make that happen. Anyway,
I don't, yeah.
Moving on with Zakai, what fictional world would you want to live in for a week? Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, The Walking Dead, or Harry Potter?
Oh, man, Harry Potter would be really cool. Well, Harry Potter and The Walking Dead would be really cool. Star Wars would be cool, but there's just so much going on with the Star Wars universe. Like, I don't know that I would adapt very well.
Are you talking about, like, prequel Star Wars, like original, like, trilogy Star Wars, Clone Wars? I don't know.
Right.
But
Walking Dead's probably what I would pick. I feel like I would probably survive that the best. Though the Harry Potter world would be really cool.
I'm not like a Harry Potter fan, but the Harry Potter world's pretty much the same as our world. It's just, we don't know that there's wizards flying around.
Right, yeah.
So, Star Wars, like I said, you're pretty much living under like a dystopian dictatorship. Lord of the Rings, I mean, you're in the Middle Ages.
That's a terrifying world.
Yeah, and it's like Middle Ages, so there's no modern medicine. What do they wipe their asses with? I don't know. I don't want to find out. The Walking Dead, again, a bathroom issue. So, yeah, I'll go with Harry Potter just because it's basically where we live now.
Yeah, Harry Potter or Walking Dead for me. If I had to narrow it down, I don't know. I mean, there's still toilet paper in the Walking Dead world.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, like when I hike, I always keep toilet paper and dude wipes in my bag. So, yeah. I mean,
I'm sure, like Eugene, like once all the toilet papers ran dry, I'm sure he'll figure out a way to, bring it back to society.
We're using cut hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say Walking Dead, but Harry Potter's world would be my second.
Okay. Zakai, this one you can get in on. F, marry, kill Alicia from Fear the Walking Dead, Maggie, or Michonne. Now, this is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Alicia, Maggie, and Michonne. All right, now hear me out on this.
Okay.
All right, when it comes to effing, I'm probably going to go with Alicia. Because Alicia...
She seems like she'd be a good bang.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. Mary, I'm going to go with Michonne because Michonne holds it down. Michonne is she's wise. Like, I feel like she'd be a great wife. I feel like she'd be a great life partner in the sense of she keeps you on the right track. She's got a nice rear end. She's a badass. You know what I'm saying? So, and we see with Judith and then, previously with Carl and RJ, she's a great mother. So if you have kids, she's going to be a good mom. So F, Alicia.
Okay.
Marry Michonne, and I'm going to kill Maggie.
Gotta kill Maggie.
I just say that because I would, Maggie.
Well, I'm right there with you with killing Maggie because I think if I tried to kill Michonne, she'd get the better of me. I don't want to be in a physical confrontation with Michonne unless it's with my penis. So I would F Michonne. And Alicia, I would marry her just because, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Alicia's younger, though.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a dirty old man, so.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, so anyway. But no, I mean, I think Michonne would be the best, like, partner as far. But Maggie, for one thing, Maggie got so cunty, like, in that last season she was in. So.
We're going to show Rick. And then Daryl's like, yeah, we are.
Yeah, so I can't go with Maggie. I would bone Michonne and marry Alicia.
Bone Michonne. Yeah. We should make that a song.
I would love it, man. All right, are you fellas excited for Star Wars Episode 9? I sure am. And have you watched The Mandalorian?
Yes and no. JP is yes and yes.
Yeah, I mean, I have high hopes for Episode 9. I'm not going in there like, I'm going in there hoping for the best. It might be a big ball of garbage. It might be the best thing Star Wars has ever done. We'll just have to wait and see.
Maybe since they got the memo last time, this one won't be so Disney-y.
I hope so, man. And, The Mandalorian, like I've watched since the first couple episodes, I was kind of, I guess it's one of those things I wasn't like really like sunk in, so I was just like, all right, this is all right. But like rewatching those and watching the last couple, the Mandalorian's good.
I'm gonna start really watching that. We have Disney Plus. We got to get a new Roku box or TV or something. I don't know. But anyways, I can watch it on my phone.
Yeah. What's another disgusting thing you have done? I slipped on my semen in the shower.
Jesus.
I can't masturbate in the shower. I can't like.
Does it get too hot?
I can't achieve orgasm in the shower. I can,
but I have to try really, really hard.
Yeah, so I can't relate to that. Disgusting thing I've done. Jeez.
Disgusting thing I've done. Oh man, I mean, I eat stuff off the floor all the time. I mean, I'm not very peculiar about if I drop something on the floor. I mean, as long as it's not covered in hair when I pick it up, I'm probably just gonna blow it off and eat it.
Right.
Something gross.
Oh, man.
I mean, I have a child, so I've had to wipe another human's ass.
I was going to say,
that's pretty disgusting. And you never really get used to it.
I've kind of like splooged on someone's stomach, and then in trying to get up and I've kind of slipped and landed in it, which is gross.
Wait, you splooged on their stomach?
Yeah, you pull out, you splooge on the stomach.
Right. Well, I mean, it's common practice, but where?
Right.
What?
I was kind of backing off and looking to get off the end of the bed, and just kind of and I was drunk as shit, and just kind of slipped up and landed in it, and that was gross.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah. But so yeah, there you go, Zakai. There's some nice raunchiness for you. All right, another one, JP. You make me feel warm inside. Have you ever performed a golden shower?
Oh my god!
Never on purpose.
Is this from Zakai? Zeki still?
Zakai, yeah.
Okay.
I don't. Am I saying it right?
I don't know. He sent us an audio recording, and I always say it and repeat it to myself so that when we get to the podcast, I can say it right. But then by the time we get to the podcast, I've completely forgot it.
But
I'll call him Zeki.
Yeah,
and you call him Zakai.
Yeah, dude.
Then one of us has got to get it.
Yeah, one of us has got it right, pal. But we love you, and I'll perform. I'll piss on someone by request. I don't get off on it, but I'll do it upon request. Going on. Are you guys patriotic? Do you wear flag pins? I have an Australian flag and Australian flag pin.
I don't walk around in American flag stuff, but yes, I'm patriotic. I mean, my country is not perfect.
Sure.
In my country, I mean, what country is, though? It's just I love the meme where it shows the, I don't know how to describe it without showing it, but it basically is I hate America. They killed all the Native Americans and took their land or whatever. And it's every other country. And it's because that's how pretty much almost, I'm not a history major, but a lot of nations, that's the way they start. It's not right. It's not okay. But I didn't take part in it.
It's just
and I'm here now, but I love my country. I have the honor of having a lot of friends and some family that have fought and seriously, some that have died, family, for the country. So, yeah, I definitely will never be one of those I hate my own country people.
Yeah, man. You got to root for the home team. But as far as patriotism goes, man, I'm going to quote the great rapper Immortal Technique. I love the place I live, but I hate the people in charge.
Well, it's okay, let me quote someone else that I've always said I agree with. See, that's why you and I just get along so well, because Eminem, I quote a line from the great Eminem. I'm all for America, fuck the government. You know what I'm saying? I can agree with that sentiment. I'm all for America, but the people that are in charge are just a bunch of douchebags.
Yeah, which I'm not going to get into the current administration or whatever. But anyway, I'm
all for America.
If you
government. That's off the 8 Mile soundtrack.
Immortal Technique, man, I think you'd really, really dig it.
You should check out Eminem. I think you would really dig him.
I've been meaning to get around to him, and I promise I will. Zakai goes on to say, do you guys have any phobias? I'm terrified of spiders, swimming alone in the ocean, and flying in planes. I think we've been asked this before. I don't really have a phobia per se.
The thought of swimming alone in the ocean does freak me out. I don't like that idea at all. But then again, I don't have the desire to swim in the middle of the ocean, period, with or without anybody else. There's too many things out there that can eat me without thinking twice. Yeah. But, I'll go. I think dying of asphyxiation, be it drowning or choking, or probably my if there's a phobia for that. But I don't like heights, but I do things that involve heights.
I mean, you used to have a job that involved heights.
Yeah, and I mean, I like to. One of my things that I love doing is hiking and getting on top of a summit and standing on. You and I did that the last one we went to. Hundreds of feet in the air, and we go stand right on the edge, like it's kind of a conquer your fear thing. So
yeah,
choking or drowning probably.
All right. Last couple from Zakai. JP, search blue waffle on Google. I will do that. I'm sure it's disgusting and stimulating all at the same time, which
it's just disgusting.
Yeah, I'm a known shame baiter, so I'm sure I will love it. And he wraps it up with, Justin, you also stimulate me. Are you a boobs bloke or an arse man? Like JP, I am an arse man.
Huh, that is tough, dude. I think I used to consider myself more of a boob man, just because I guess it was a younger mind. I didn't really realize the value of a nice butt. But as I've gotten older, I think I've become a little bit more of a butt man. So probably right there with you fellas, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I like them both
Dude,
quite a bit, but I'll go with the butt. I guess if I had to pick. Yeah, I'll go with the butt.
There you go. All right, Zakai, we love you, and thanks for all the wonderful questions.
Whoop, whoop.
Scrate 5, Scrate 85, I don't know. Mail call, Chris Cornell had a pop album produced by Timbaland. It's called Scream. Have you listened to it?
I have heard a little bit of that. I did. Well, I don't know. For the sake of conversation and being truthful, I'm going to say I don't know, but it does. When I read that sounded very familiar. Like I feel like something in me was like, you remember that. So I'm going to go listen to it, and then I'll let you know for sure if I had heard it before. But I feel like I've known of that. But
yeah, man. And as we read this, I just got a message. I don't know what platform it was from, but D said, guys, I need a mail call. My week has sucked and I need to be uplifted. So, D, we will have your fix in at least by tomorrow. So, yeah, just, yeah.
No, it'll be up tonight. It's going to be up, it's Friday tonight if you're listening.
There you go.
On YouTube, at least.
All right. Punks and Pranks, a mere 4 days ago. Have we talked to Punks and Pranks before? I don't recognize
sound
the name.
familiar,
no. Breakfast time, pancakes or waffles? Waffles for me. What for you?
You know what? I'm going to go with pancakes. I do like waffles. Waffles are like polite pancakes.
Awesome.
They're like, hey, let me hold that syrup there for you, pal. But I think I'm going to go with pancakes.
You know what, man? I like honey on my waffles.
I like honey on pretty much anything. Honey and peanut butter together are delicious. Huh. Take a spoonful of peanut butter and just have like your peanut butter and then your honey, and take a spoonful of peanut butter, put a little honey on the peanut butter, eat it. It's amazing. You're welcome.
Sausage or bacon? Man,
bacon.
That's a tough one. I like bacon, but I love my sausage biscuits, so I really can't pick between the two.
I'm going to go with bacon. You need to go ahead and pick sausage, because the thing is, look at it. If I buy a biscuit, it's bacon, egg, and cheese every single time.
Yeah, you're right.
If you buy a biscuit, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be sausage. Clearly, sausage is your favorite.
It is, but like if I get a pancake platter, I'm going to want bacon with it. So it kind of depends.
Whichever one you eat more of, I would say, is your favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I do eat more.
Because you're an adult now, so it's not like you're being fed by a parent or whatnot. So you willingly, whatever you willingly spend more of your money on.
Yeah, I do eat more sausage. And that's not a gay thing. Anyway, apple juice or orange
Even
juice?
If it is, we're not judging you.
Yeah, of course not.
Orange juice all day, and I like some pulp in my orange juice.
Oh, look at you. I like them both, but I do drink more orange juice, so I guess I'm going with that. And
apple juice is good for the poops, though.
It is. Syrup or honey?
I mean, if I'm eating pancakes, then probably going to pick syrup, but anything else, I'm going to go with honey.
I love honey on my waffles, but being that syrup I can eat on either or, I guess I'll go with syrup, because I can eat that on pancakes or waffles. I ain't putting honey on no pancakes, I'll tell you that much, honey. Anyway, ketchup or hot sauces? For me, it's ketchup. I fucking do that.
By the way, but sometimes when I don't acknowledge your puns or your jokes, I've seen comments where they're like, that one totally went over your head. And it's like, no, just didn't feel like I needed to say anything. So
what happened?
With the pancakes, honey thing you just said. I did catch
I didn't even catch my own pun.
Well, you did. So anyways, but yeah, no, I've had people, just because I don't respond, that
and
are
by
like,
the way, I say honey. That's like a common thing for me, so he hears it all the time.
Indeed.
Yeah, I say it quite a bit.
It's really weird in the gym. I've asked him to stop.
It can be.
But go ahead. Sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off. Just had to throw that out because I've seen that a couple times. Like, don't tweet over Justin's head. No, I just didn't feel like it needed to be addressed. But anyways.
But yeah, ketchup or hot sauces. I know you're a taco. I see you put hot sauce on
everything.
A lot of stuff.
Everything. Hot sauce.
You got that lead tongue, and you know I love my ketchup.
I thought you were going to say, you know I love a lead tongue.
Well, that too. I ain't going to lie about that. Hash browns or diced potatoes.
Man, why you got to do this to me? That is a tough choice. I'm going to do diced potatoes. I actually really do like the little square cut diced potatoes if they're fried up right. And,
yeah. As long as there's no like onions or peppers mixed up in there, yeah, I'll go with some diced potatoes.
Put a little ketchup on top of them, and
I'm gonna dip them. But anyway, all right. Walking Dead time. We got quite a few relating to the Walking Dead. Do you think Ezekiel will make it out of season 10?
No,
I think he will, and I don't really have an honest opinion, but just for the sake of differentiating, yeah, I think he will.
Okay.
Skid mark or dog? Ooh, that is a tough one. Just because this season of Fear the Walking Dead has been so god-awful, I will go with dog.
I'm gonna go with dog, too.
Yeah,
dog
and this
awful.
is from which I love cats and dogs, but yeah, well, I'll go with dog, because, yeah.
I'm a dog guy, so I'm going with dog.
Jerry or Luke?
Dude, that's tough. And that sounds like, I love that I didn't mean to say dude, but that goes, I don't know. They're both awesome characters. Like, Jerry's just like that cool, like, cousin or uncle, just that cool person that you just love to have around because they're so fun and positive and yada, yada, yada. But Luke, I find to be very, very, very funny. And I also really like the intellectual aspect, that he's funny, but he's also very intelligent, kind of. Gives, Eugene a little run from it. It's letting Eugene know you're not the only smart person here. I think, oh my gosh, you know what? As much as it pains me to say, I think I'm going to pick Luke.
I'll go with Jerry, because I can't remember who Luke is right now.
Yes, you can. Luke.
I really can't.
Luke.
Who is Luke?
Luke. He came with Yumiko and Magna and all of them.
The band teacher?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll still go with Jerry.
I'm going to go with Luke. I think Jerry's awesome.
No, he is great.
I don't really see much more that could be done with Jerry per se versus Luke's a very interesting guy, and I can just see it going some, Yeah.
Do you think Gamma is a good guy now?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, I think Gamma wants to be, but she's
going to die.
Spot.
I can tell you that. When Alpha finds out she's been betraying her, she's going to mess her ass up.
Maggie or Beth, who is hotter?
Maggie.
I'll go with Maggie as well. The Barn of Pleasures, who would you rather have? All right, this is interesting. Negan or the governor?
Neither.
And this, in a way, I'm like, is this like if we had a real-life Barn of Pleasures, who would we rather do? Or like us doing our skit, who would we rather have? Who would we have more fun, like, having in there? You know what I mean?
not tooting my own horn here, because I don't think I really am thought to be good at much, but we did have somebody one time comment and say they really enjoyed my Negan impression.
You do a good Negan.
So I would say Negan, the governor just would kind of sulk. Like Negan would just come in there and have a blast and be like, God damn, and just get into it. The governor would be over there and be like, got a call one day, said, Brian, said, Philip, Mr. Blake, we did everything we could. Your daughter's dead. I want to kill all of you.
Yeah. Either way, I'd rather have Negan, whether I was actually having sex in the Barn of Pleasures or if we were just acting it out.
Do you think that the governor would, like, maybe skeet a little too early or something, and then it's just like, all of a sudden he starts gunning everyone down? Because they're all like, look at you, you're done. I'm going back to Negan, and he does that, like...
Yeah, he's got some serious rage problems. Not that Negan's perfect in that respect, but yeah. I'm not about the governor.
Give a whole new meaning to little pig, let me in.
Woo. Rick or Daryl? That's a tough one. You kind of need both.
I mean, what are we talking about here? Is this Barn of Pleasure still?
Yeah, this is all Barn of Pleasure stuff. We got a whole line of people in or out of the Barn of Pleasures.
I mean, Rick, because all Daryl's going to do is sit in the corner and sulk. I mean, we've seen Rick get his freak on with Michonne, and we know that Rick can loosen up a little bit. We've seen him snapping his fingers to some music going down a road with Daryl. Daryl would just sit in the corner and just be like, this is stupid.
Rick's a sexual dynamo. I'll go with Rick as well.
I pick Rick, yeah.
John Dory or Morgan? I'll go.
John Dory seems too innocent for the barn of pleasures. He's like, "Oh, you're touching my penis."
But Morgan
would sit in the corner and just be like, "Oh, semen is precious." Think about this: like you pull out and it goes on the ground, and Morgan's like, "What are you doing? All life is precious, JP. Don't pull that thing out."
Yeah.
All right, we're getting graphic, but I mean, all life. He's just standing over, and excuse my French, but he's standing over a dried puddle of semen, and he's like shaking his head. All life is precious.
I should have went into an acceptable orifice.
Morgan would make you feel bad, so I'm going to pick John Dory.
Yeah, I'll pick John Dory as well. Dwight or Tom?
Tom.
Who is Tom? I can't remember Tom either. I'm sure it's a character.
Tom? Are we talking about Thomas Paine that played Jesus? Because, I mean, if that's the case, Jesus is a much, better looking fellow than
man.
Dwight.
I can't remember. I don't know. We'll skip that one. Alpha or Jenny, a.k.a. Virginia?
Alpha or Jenny?
Yeah, a.k.a. Virginia. You remember who it is? I don't remember.
What the hell? What are we forgetting here? But
Jenny, Virginia. I kind of remember that, but not really. I don't know. We'll skip that one as well. Connie or Kelly?
Connie.
Yeah, I'll go with that too. Beta or Virgil? At least I'll go with Virgil just because Beta's out of his.
At least I can control. Yeah.
And he's wearing dead people's skin.
Yeah, I don't see a Tom on here other than Thomas Paine. So
yeah, I don't know.
Or Tom Paine, I guess.
Kind of skipping into a new universe. Well, which may be connected. Walter White or Jesse Pinkman?
In the Barn of Pleasures?
Yeah. I'd rather have sex with Jesse than Walter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, Jesse would be a little more. He'd be like, "Bitch!"
Yeah, I think he'd be
Take
more
this
down
dick,
with it.
bitch!
Badger or Skinny Pete?
I don't know, though. Walt just going, "I am the danger." Would, that'd be pretty dope to have that in the Barn of Pleasures. Yes, tell him again, Mr. Heisenberg. Woo. I don't know. I'm going to go with Heisenberg just because.
Yeah.
I am the one who cocks.
All right, and last in this long line of Barn of Pleasures
what have you done?
Combos, Badger or Skinny Pete? I think I'd rather have sex with Badger. Skinny Pete looks like he might have hepatitis. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going with you on that one.
Yeah. All right. D, who not long messaged us asking for some mail call action, and we are obliging. She's got 3 questions, and that's going to round it out. I'm sure we've got other questions on other podcasts, but it's been a long day. It's been a long podcast. And we're going to wrap it up with
it's late. I got to get home.
All right. Zakai has asked all of my questions, LOL, but I guess I would ask, do you get emotional when it comes to daily stressors, pressures to be something that you don't feel you are able to be, or just general fears? My day was beyond emotional, and I found it hard to regulate. I'm still reeling. Just wanted to know I'm not alone. Wow, deep. Really switching gears here. No, I dwell on a lot of stuff. I can, I can be a real mess sometimes.
Being in my head is my worst. It's half the time if I'm tongue tied and I can't talk worth of shit on the podcast. Odds are it's because I'm not really here or paying attention. It's because I'm harping or thinking on some shit that I really shouldn't be stressing.
Yeah, D, we're both right there with you, D. We love you, and we feel you. D, got a couple more. Ooh,
I think these are all for you. I think she asked mostly a bunch of questions for you.
I don't know.
I think so.
JP, you have a very inquisitive mind. Do you feel that humans are here for a reason? Why are we here? What is our purpose? And why do some of us suffer so much? Just want your thoughts. A big part of me thinks that we're just in a big old...
I was going to... go ahead. I had a thought on that when I saw she posted that.
Yeah, expand. A big part of me thinks we're just surrounded by chaos beyond our control.
I was like, JP has a very thoughtful mind, but if you listen to the podcast, you know that JP doesn't believe in anything as far as religion, and thinks that there is nobody suffering because there's a reason behind it. It's just the hand they got dealt, and it's just what it is. Whereas, I happen to think that sometimes there may be a point to stuff. But
there's things that do make you wonder. And as far as if we're here for a reason, I do kind of wonder about like alien, like genetic tampering by beings not of this world. So, I keep an open mind to that stuff. But it's tough. I do think it's just luck of the draw. Whatever happens, and You know, sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes the bear eats you. D, last question of this mail call, this after hours mail call. We love you all so much. Justin, I think I know your favorite author, maybe
Nope.
Stephen King.
Nope.
Smart choice, LOL.
Nope.
No. Have you? I know we started this mail call out wondering about that. Have you?
I guess we
landed
talk
on
about him
anyone
a lot.
else?
I don't, I guess maybe because I've read a lot of his stuff, but no. He's
And when we
definitely
talk
not
about The
my
Walking
favorite.
Dead, he's the most infamous horror author there is. So it's hard for him not to come
yeah,
up.
it
you
comes
know?
up. No, I really don't. I mean, I have a lot of different authors that I really like. I mean, it sounds cliche, but really, if I had to pick someone, probably Edgar Allan Poe. I mean, I know that's kind of like the go-to if you want to seem dark and mysterious. But I mean, I remember in college I had a class with a teacher who at the time really wasn't that much older than me, a couple of years, and she was super passionate about Edgar Allan Poe, and I really enjoyed his work. So that class was one of my favorite classes I've ever had because it was enjoyable. She'd be like, dissect the fall of the House of Usher, like find symbolism in it that maybe even Poe himself didn't mean, but that you could relate. So I wrote this whole article about how it dealt with the, like a human being's just mind crumbling and falling apart. And, it was great. But if I had to pick, probably Edgar Allan Poe. But, I mean, Stephen King is good, but he's definitely not my favorite. Some of his stuff is very long and drawn out. And like The Stand, it's good, but I accidentally bought the long version, and God knows, man, it is so slow. But anyway,
yeah. And she pretty much asked me the same question, favorite author, and as far as like more recent authors, I really like Jonathan Ames. He writes essays, he writes novels. He wrote the TV series Bored to Death, which unfortunately got canned after 3 seasons on HBO. But other than him, man, it's Charles Bukowski. He was a poet, an author, just a blue-collar guy, alcoholic, womanizer, and he just wrote about his experiences of being a scumbag. And if I can leave, just based on Dee's last question and her current question, I'll read my favorite poem, and it happens, I know this is weird for us, and it's short, but it happens to be by my favorite author, personal hero, Charles Bukowski. And it goes like this. Turmoil is the God, madness is the God, permanent living peace is permanent living death. Agony can kill or agony can sustain life, but peace is always horrifying. Peace is the worst thing walking, talking, smiling, seeming to be. Don't forget the sidewalks, the whores, betrayal, the worm in the apple, the bars, the jails, the suicides of lovers here in America. We have assassinated a president and his brother. Another president has quit office. People who believe in politics, and this is one of my favorite parts, people who believe in politics are like people who believe in God. They are sucking wind through bent straws. There is no God. There are no politics. There is no peace. There is no love. There is no control. There is no plan. Stay away from God. Remain disturbed. Slide. And slide always makes me think of Fight Club, which I'm sure you can appreciate.
What is it Rick and Morty, what is it Morty says, like to Summer, and Rick says it to Morty, and Morty says it to Summer? No one's supposed to be anywhere. Nothing happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. Like, I really like that.
Man. So, I'm a Bukowski guy.
Look at you. You're so inquisitive.
And he's a miserable prick, but so am I. So, anyway.
I definitely... I need to start reading his work then. I think we'd have a lot in common.
I've got so many of his books, man. You can borrow any. He was a great poet. Like I said, essays, short stories, novels, man. Anytime you want to borrow any of his stuff.
I might do that.
Carte blanche.
Well, that's going to wrap it up.
Wrapping
JP,
it up.
unless you have anything else to add.
No, man, I'm good. I'm good. Good as gold. I think this was a fun little after hours mail call, and
I'm tired of shit.
I'm ready to
going
go home just like
and,
you are. Yeah,
we'll see you Monday.